Okay, for your correction, starting with me, son. You said, I thought it is due to my son. He hided someone else when you were talking about looking for your card. I thought my son was the culprit. The culprit, C-U-L-P-R-I-T, the person who was responsible for it, for committing the crime. I thought he was the culprit. He usually hides our things. Instead of he hided someone else, he usually hides our things. I didn't find out I didn't find out my debit card. I still couldn't find it. Instead of find out. My story is composed of me and my children. This is about myself and my children and I. Yeah, my children and I, technically. And then you said that you were talking about the emojis that you were imitating. Then you said they laughed. I wanted to suggest it cracks them up. When you crack someone up, that means you made them laugh a lot. If you see a funny movie, you say, "Oh, I cracked up."
Cracked up.
Yeah. Yan, when we were talking about the bucket list, you said, "I'm same with her. I identify with her dreams or her bucket list. I want to go Europe for travel. I want to travel to Europe. I do Facebook. I use Facebook. So I never get this unique feature. It never appealed to me. There are so many photo apps in Korea. The market is oversaturated. That's my suggestion. The market is oversaturated. Amy, I feel very unstable with doing nothing. I feel anxious if I am complacent. I feel anxious if I am complacent. Complacent means you are not really trying to move forward or progress. You're just trying to stay in the same spot or be very comfortable. Complacent, sorry. C-O-M-P-L-A-C-E-N-T. A lot of companies, like a lot of managers and supervisors will talk about they hate people that are complacent. I have to come back and get my job for money. I'm sorry, this is for Hyun. Ignore that. I'll come back to that. I take a picture and say this is good and upload my blog. When I take a picture and if it looks good, then I upload it to my blog. I want to share my memory and information with someone. I want to share my experiences with others. And then you said, now I got boring a little. Nowadays I've calmed down, or nowadays maybe nowadays it's not as exciting. Hyun, I think of after 6 months of living same as my home, you were talking about living abroad. I think after 6 months, I would feel like it's the same as living at home. Or actually, that gets a little bit confusing. So I think after 6 months, it doesn't feel like I'm traveling. Yeah, that would be a little bit more clear. Then you said, I have to come back and get any job for money. I had no choice but to return so that I could make an income. And then you said, I sent a video and he sent me back his video. I got video replies. And then you said, I joined like a Facebook. And then I just wanted to mention this actually happens quite often in Korea, where we are speaking and not speaking that clearly in English. So if you say, I joined like a Facebook, or I joined kind of a Facebook, what happens is you sound like you're unsure. So I always want to mention that I joined Facebook, just simple like that. Sometimes people say, I had a kind of soup. Well, was it soup or not? Yes, it was soup. So you don't have to say I had a kind of, I had soup. So you just try to be careful about saying like or kind of when it's not necessary. A lot of times it's actually not necessary. Chudong? We were talking about taking pictures, and you said not me. It should be not myself. Just keep on my phone, nothing. When you're talking about what you do with your pictures, I don't do much with it. We download the program and use it, but we don't understand why people like it. We attempted to use the application, but we just didn't get it. I feel like my emoticon is old and theirs is so wow special. In that case, you have emoticon envy. And that's it.